Hi, first grade. I hope you've had a good morning so far. Let's go ahead and get started with our number talks. Are you ready? All right, I'm going to go to the screen. Okay, friends, ready? I'm going to show you a group of dots. I'm going to give you about 3 seconds, and then I want you to tell me how many dots you see and how you see it. And then we're going to write an equation to match. Are you ready? All right, friends, how many dots did you see? Tell someone that's near you. How did you see these dots? Turn and talk. Let's look at them. All right. So let's talk. How many dots do we see here? Did you say you saw 9 dots? How did you see these dots? You might have said, I see 4 dots on the top, 1 dot in the middle, and 4 dots on the bottom. Let's write an equation to match. Here we go. I see 4 dots on the top. I see 1 dot in the middle. And I see 4 dots on the bottom. When I count all these dots up, 4 plus 1 plus 4, that equals 9. Let's read this equation together. 4 plus 1 plus 4 equals 9. Good job, friends. Let's look at our next one. All right, you only have 3 seconds. Are you ready? How many dots did you see? How did you see these dots? Let's look at it together. You might have said, I see 9 dots. Give me a thumbs up if that's what you said. You might have said, I see 3 dots and 3 dots and 3 dots. Let's write an equation to match. 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. Does my equation match my picture? It does. Let's read the equation together. 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. Nice job, friends. Let's look at another. Are you ready? You only get about 3 seconds. How many dots did you see? How did you see these dots? Let's look at it together. You might have said, I see 9 dots. If you did, pat yourself on the back. You might have said, I see 3 dots on the top, 3 dots in the middle, and 3 dots on the bottom. I'm going to write an equation to match that. 3 dots on the top, 3 more dots in the middle, and 3 more dots on the bottom. 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. Read that equation with me. 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. Great job, friends. Now we're going to look at our 10 frames. Let's look at this 10 frame. How many dots do you see? Did you say you see 9 dots? If you did, way to go. How do you see these dots? Turn and tell someone near you. Let me tell you how I see these dots. I see 5 dots on the top and 4 dots on the bottom. I'm going to write an equation to match. I see 5 dots on the top. I see 4 more dots on the bottom. And I see 9 dots all together. Let's read this equation together. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Read that with me. 5 plus 4 equals 9. How many more dots do I need to get to 10? I need 1 more dot to get to 10. I have 9 dots. How many more do I need to get to 10? I need 1 more dot. Let's read that equation together. 9 plus 1 equals 10. Let's look at another 10 frame. How many dots do you see? How do you see these dots? Let's write an equation to match. Did you say that you saw 9 dots? If you did, awesome. I see 5 dots on the top, and I see 4 more dots on the bottom. I see 9 dots in all. Let's read this equation together. 5 plus 4 equals 9. How many more dots do I need to equal 10? I heard someone say 1. If you said 1, way to go. I have 9 dots in all. If I add 1 more dot, I will have 10 dots. I will have a full 10 frame. All right, here's our last 10 frame. How many dots do you see? How do you see these dots? Will you help me write an equation to match this 10 frame? How many dots do I have on the top? That's right. I have 4 dots on the top. How many dots do I have on the bottom? That's right. I have 5 more dots on the bottom. When I add the dots on the top to the dots on the bottom, how many dots do I have in all? Way to go, first grade friends. That's right. I have 9 dots all together. Let's read this equation together, please. 4 plus 5 equals 9. Let's read it one more time since Miss Carter made a goof. Ready? 4 plus 5 equals 9. Nice job, friends. All right. Now we are going to move to our Reckon Recs. All right, here you go. Here is our first Reckon Rec. Are you ready? How many beads do you see on the Reckon Rec? That's right. There are 9 beads. How many beads are on the top? Good job. There are 9 beads on the top. How many beads are on the bottom? Good. There are 0 beads on the bottom. Which has the most, the top or the bottom? Nice. The top has the most. 9 is greater than 0. 9 is bigger than 0. Are you ready? Here's your next one. How many beads do you see? That's right, there are 9 beads. How many beads do you see on the top? There are 8 beads on the top. How many beads do you see on the bottom? That was an easy one. There's 1 on the bottom. When you put 8 beads and 1 bead together, how many beads do you have now? Good job. You have 9 beads. Are you ready? Here's your next one. How many beads do you see now? Nice. I also see 9 beads. How many beads do you have on the top? Good. There are 6 beads on the top. How many beads do you see on the bottom? There are 3 beads on the bottom. When you put 6 and 3 together, how many beads do you have? That's right. You have 9 beads because 6 plus 3 equals 9. Last one. Are you ready? How many beads do you see? How do you see them? What would be an equation that would match this reckon rack? If you said 4 plus 5 equals 9, you're correct. If you also said 5 plus 4 equals 9, that is also correct. That is a turnaround. Nice job, friends. Now, let's get into our lesson, so be patient as I share my screen. All right. Today, we are going to be working on Lesson 8, which is Partners for 8 and 9. So yesterday, we worked on Partners for 6 and 7. Today, we're going to be working on Partners for 8 and 9. So in kindergarten, you practice fluency for addition and subtraction within 5. In this lesson, we're going to expand our knowledge and move on to Partners for 8 and 9. So our clear learning target is at the bottom, and it says, I can add and subtract sums of 8 and 9. I need you to read that with me, please. Ready? I can add and subtract for sums of 8 and 9. That is your goal today. All right, so here's your introduction, friends. I want you to look at the squares that we have on the screen. That is a row of 8 squares. I want you to think of 2 ways that you can make 8. Let's think about that. Now, you can use a piece of paper. You can use a whiteboard. If you have a number bond template, you may use that as well. What are 2 ways that you could make 8 and 9? If you need more time, push pause. If not, let's keep going. So, in our row of 8, I see 1 that is gray, and I see 7 that are white. So in my number bond, I know that I have 8 total. That's my big circle, or sometimes you'll see it as a square. You see 2 smaller circles or squares. That is going to represent your 2 numbers you put together to make a whole. There is 1 gray square. There are 7 white squares. If I put 1 and 7 together, that equals 8. If I put 7 and 1 together, that also equals 8. Do you remember what that's called when we change the problem? It's called a turnaround. Good job. Let's read our equations. 1 plus 7 equals 8. 7 plus 1 equals 8. Now let's look at this row of 9 squares. What are 2 ways that you could make 9? Think about what we just did with 8 and see if you can do the same thing with 9. You may use your whiteboard. You may use a piece of paper. In fact, you may use anything you've got on hand. If you need more time, push pause. If you're ready to go, keep going. I have 1 gray square, and my 1 is represented in the smaller circle of my number bond. I have 8 white squares. 8 is represented in the other smaller circle in my number bond. When I put 1 and 8 together, that gives me a total of 9. Let's read the 2 equations together. 1 plus 8 equals 9. Let's read the second one. 8 plus 1 equals 9. Here is your first launch. In this problem, you are going to draw or use your number bond template. You are going to write at least 1 equation to match, but we're going to see if you can't write more than 1. Think about turnarounds. So here's your problem. Ed rolls 2 number cubes. He adds to get 8. What are some different ways that he could get 8? Push pause while you are working and push play when you're ready to continue. Here are some different ways that Ed could get 8. He could have rolled a 1 and a 7 to get 8. He could have rolled a 2 and a 6 to get 8. He could have rolled a 3 and 5 to get 8. He could have rolled a 4 and 4 to get 8. He could have rolled a 5 and 3 to get 8. He could have rolled a 6 and 2 to get 8. And he could have rolled a 7 and 1 to get 8. Let's look at our number bonds in the middle. Which number bond matches your number bond? Turn and tell someone you're thinking. If you need more time, push pause now. Here is your second launch. You are going to draw or use your number bond template. You are going to write at least one equation to match. But you're going to see if you can write a second equation. Think about your turnarounds. A teacher makes a group of 9 children. Some of those children are girls. Some of those children are boys. What are some different ways that we could make 9? While you're thinking and working, push pause. When you're ready to continue, push play. I wanted to show you my thinking. I made 4 different number bonds. We could have 1 girl and 8 boys. We could have 1 boy and 8 girls. My equations that would match that are 1 plus 8 equals 9, or 8 plus 1 equals 9. I could have 2 girls and 7 boys, or 2 boys and 7 girls. And here are my equations to match that number bond. 2 plus 7 equals 9. 7 plus 2 equals 9. Did anyone have that one? Let's keep going. I could have 3 girls and 6 boys, or 3 boys and 6 girls. And here are my equations to match this number bond. 3 plus 6 equals 9, or 6 plus 3 equals 9. Did anyone have that number bond? Raise your hand if you did. I could have 4 girls and 5 boys, or 4 boys and 5 girls. Here is my thinking for that. I could have written an equation to match that says 4 plus 5 equals 9, or 5 plus 4 equals 9. Turn and tell someone which number bond is the one that you did. Let's practice. Here is a number bond for you. In the 2 smaller boxes, we have the numbers 3 and 5. Both of those boxes are pointing to the large box with the number 8. I would like you to please come up with 2 addition sentences and 2 subtraction sentences that would match this number bond. So that means you can only use the numbers 3, 5, and 8. Push pause while you're working and push play when you're ready to move on. So let me ask you, I know that 6 plus 2 equals 8. Could I use that as a number bond sentence? No, I couldn't. Let's look at the numbers that this number bond gave us. It gave us 3, 5, and 8. It did not give us 6, 2, and 8. Let's read these equations together. 8 equals 3 plus 5. 8 equals 5 plus 3. 8 minus 3 equals 5. 8 minus 5 equals 3. Nice job. I'm going to go over your independent practice page first, and then I'm going to leave you with a problem that I want you to send to your teacher. So first, here is your center activity. You are going to need 9 counters, which will be included. You're going to have to color and cut, though. You've got your directions here, and you've got your response sheet here. This is in your packet, in your green folder. This will be turned in the next time you see your teacher. Here is the problem that I want to leave you with today. You are going to write 4 number sentences, 2 addition and 2 subtraction. When you are finished with this, you're going to take a picture of it and send it to your teacher on class tag before 3:15 today. In our number bond sentence, in the small box, we have a 6. In the other small box, we have a 3. And those 2 small boxes are pointing to the big box that is 9. You may only use these numbers in your number sentence. We have the numbers 3, 6, and 9. 2 addition and 2 subtraction. Again, when you're finished with this, please send it to your teacher on class tag. When you are finished with your math for the day, if you have time left in your schedule, please do 20 minutes of iReady math. If you are unable to, please do not stress. We appreciate your hard work, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.